Crucial update and overview for Bitcoin. Please pay attention and settle in for about 3 to 5 minutes. Very important. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I'm going to go over some features on the macro chart that you have not seen before. We're going to catalog this specific video. Now, I'm on the logarithmic chart. Please pay attention. We're going to go over RSI tendencies. We're going to go over some limitations. Some of you may have missed the bottom and you're wondering, well, what do I do next? What are my options? We've missed the bottom. Let's talk about it, guys. This is London with Bitcoin Spike, former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, and not financial advice. In terms of the logarithmic, the most important feature about the preceding lows throughout the entirety, as we saw here. Let's go to the candle wicks. It's well demonstrated. The preceding lows. Now, I also have the RSI out for a specific reason to show trend line conformance. Trend line conformance over the preceding 7 years on the RSI. Do you see the trend line conformance resistance? Trend line conformance resistance. Trend line conformance resistance. And now you see a trend line conformance in the form of resistance limitation. This would be a indication of a potential limitation of the ability of buyers to step into the market, boom, and push price up. Yes, we're talking about some limitations today. We're talking about if you miss the bottom, what next? Okay, so in terms of the daily chart, we're on the daily, I'm on the logarithmic precedingly. And we're going to shout out to VIP. We have so many returns to go over, guys. We're going to shout out. I think we had 10 triple-digit 10 guys from the VIP, 10 100% or more trades. We're going to cover that. Hugely important. Shout out to all the VIP. Preceding low. Okay, this was on August 20th, 2015. Do you see this V-shape, nice plunge and a V-shape recovery? Boom. Guys, this was one day. Boom. Back up and out in a day. Let's look at another feature in... This is 2020. You guys will remember that. A strong plunge down, then boom, within a matter of a couple of days, boom, if not a day, really, to the, let's say 200 weekly or through the 200 weekly moving average. What's different now? We're going to go through some patterns here in a moment. What's different now is that we have plunged down and we're just grinding up and along. It's not that V-shaped recovery that we're looking at, that real intense plunge to the downside with that recovery, right? So it feels a little bit different than the preceding lows. Now, what I have done as well, you see the yellow line versus the pink line. Please pay attention. If we just look at the candle wicks, boom, to the downside, you'll see the pink line. Bam. Very, very well indicated in terms of the bottom line feature. Whereas in the preceding, guys, with the established trend line, it was a hit one, hit two on the V-shaped recoveries. Bam, bam, bam. You see the multiple hits into that line again. Now, I have the yellow line that I think you will find instrumental as we go from the candle wicks, okay, showing the maximum of the price, into the line chart. Look at the line chart on the daily. And guys, look at this on a big screen TV. The ones who do very well in TA, they just immediately go to the big screen TV to let you know you can see your technicals a lot better on the big screen TV. Looking at, instead of the candle wicks, at the line chart. Look at this, one of the most important features that no one is talking about, guys. No one's talking about in the space right now. We try and stay ahead of the curve continually. Guys, a lot of hard work, okay? In terms of this level of support on the lines, on the daily chart. This level of support on the lines, the yellow line, the yellow trend line, instead of the pink line again, guys, you got that. Pink line again was the candle wicks. Bam, bam, the two lows. Now the yellow line is on the lines. Look what we've done, the support. Where are we, guys? Well, we're underneath support. We're underneath support on the daily line chart. Very impressive, very important. Please pay attention to this dynamic. We still have a major hurdle before us in terms of the support to ensure that this does not confirm as resistance. This is a battle going on in the market that no one is talking about. No one has told you about. I'm glad to be able to bring it to you. That candle wick pink line versus that preceding level of support. We're underneath it, guys. We are underneath it. We're crawling along it. Very, very important. Also, I have a feature here just to show you. We're going to go through a few patterns, but to show you, we're also currently in a rising wedge. Currently in a bearish rising wedge on the daily. The lack of momentum the last several days has provided us a bit of a bearish structure here. Now, if you miss the bottom, what do you do? Okay, one of the aspects that you would say, well, I'm going to set orders below. I'm going to catch the next bottom. Well, the at least the framework mentally, psychologically, for you to look into the support. We're underneath support, right? Where we could confirm it as resistance. I'm just bringing that up to show you the current battle ongoing, as well as, of course, orders stacked along the pink line, and I'll tell you they're stacked below as well. They're definitely stacked below as well. We're going to be paying attention. Was it China? Just came out news from China about Everglades. Real estate issue just kind of cracked through the weekend news. Potential disruptions international in the markets. We're going to be paying attention. Definitely paying attention. Guys, what I want to talk about as well, in addition to a potential, and guys, I'm going to say, by the probability, the rising wedge is a bearish feature. Just don't fight it just by the probabilities. It's a bearish feature. How could we beat that? With a fan formation. You guys know we've been covering that quite heavily. Now, the bullish sentiment is here. The bullish sentiment is with this expanding, broadening diagonal here, okay? This broadening formation that you'll see. I call these bells. We say rock the bells. Today in the back, we guys caught some nice trades. Ascending triangle. I call it a bell formation just because they look like a bell and they rock, bam, to the upside. We rock the bells in VIP, top level of membership. We see some performance dynamics out of these type structures, okay? And the structures, those performance dynamics, literally on the entirety of the aggregate of the markets, would be that 50% of these, about 52% of these structures will recapture the preceding high, okay, of the structure lead-in, about 47,230. Okay, about 52% of them will recover up to this preceding high. We have some additional figures, such as 2 times the height of the entirety of this, or 3 times the height of the entirety of this, right? Very important as we would look at our probabilities. That's VIP stuff, guys. Now, in terms of, you guys should join today, I'll tell you, level of support, level of resistance we also have in the framework. And let's scope back out here, because we have this specific broadening wedge function. I'm going to say, I'm bringing this up because that is bullish. However, talking about the upside potential and probabilities, right? If we're going to be heading back to that top line, let's say the initiation, 52% of these patterns will go back up to the, let's say 47,000. 52% chance, bam, we go to 47,000. Okay, about 50-50, right? You want to put it's not the 70% you want, right? It's not that 75% on a trade you want. Those trades that we love, right? Now, balancing that move potential to the upside, that 52% to the upside, there is a probability, a 62% chance, I'm just giving you the framework, 62% chance that we actually come back to preceding. Let me make sure that this is not an extended line so you guys can see, but preceding level of resistance that we actually would confirm again here, a throwback feature to prior resistance 62% of the time. Absolutely, guys, based on the aggregate of these pattern dynamics in the markets, okay, with the most prolific studies that have been done, 62% of the time we're going to traject back to the downside of this specific pattern. Very important. As you're dealing with the difference between your lines and your candle wicks, guys, this becomes, you have, let's say, a high need for accuracy. Without a doubt, ability to manage multiple time frames. So we have this small feature here, this small broadening wedge. I'm going to call it a bell. It's a variation of a bump and run. I'm just going to say a bump and run variation. Okay, I can have a discussion or argument with someone about that. We lump them together for a few reasons, but this bump and run or broadening formation micro fits within the dynamic of this macro. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this feature. This is a very complete TA review on Bitcoin. I felt it was necessary for us to do a full, thorough review. I actually got a power nap in. I felt like I could do it. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So looking at the framework, let's move, if we could move over. I may have locked this down. No, we can move this over. Let's take care of this real quickly. We appear to have a double broadening formation in play, looking at a level of support, level of resistance across the top, the overall macro trajectory. And here's 69,000, just so that you know. The level of support expanding with the level of resistance on this macro feature. The goal is going to be to break out of this level here. You guys know that top level resistance. Now, the odds are in our favor. Listen, guys, the odds are in our favor, not just maybe a 52% chance, right? No, of reaching back to this preceding 47,000. No, the odds are in our favor of breaking this line of resistance. I'm just going to tell you, very well in our favor is how I'm going to state that. Very well in our favor. Breaking this line of resistance. The question is going to be from what point? Okay, from what point? The odds are in the favor, I'm going to say slightly, guys, but 62% of the time of our revisiting prior resistance on this micro feature. I'm going to tell you these are some of the most important patterns that you can focus on in trading Bitcoin. Bottom line, if you don't know what they are and you're just listening right now and it's like, well, I don't trade those, that's not in my repertoire, not in my playbook. Well, it was in everybody's playbook. Look at this, guys. Preceding retracement, boom, up and out. Okay, so we pay attention to these. As I say, we rock the bells. This looks like a bell, boom, to the upside. These can rock in addition to, I'll let you know, in addition to the preceding, let's say, target being that lead in, or the target being that lead in, right? There's a completion rate to, let's say, a percentage of these specific patterns that will, let's say, that 52%, that will make it back to that preceding high 69,000. So we have some odds on the table, right? We also have some odds that are less than 50% in terms of a 2 or 3 time repeat. This is important, please pay attention. A 2 to 3 time repeat. If we were to take the amplitude of the entirety of this pattern, yes, how many perform up to 2 times? Up to 2 times the specifics. We would go to the extensions. Let's go to the Fibonacci extension very quickly. And yes, how many would perform a 200%? Boom, guys, we're talking about some big figures, $150,000, $165,000 price targets, looking at a double performance or a triple performance, okay, up to over $200,000 based upon these specific patterns. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. I wanted to make sure we covered them as part of our VIP. And what is our VIP? We're going to go over some of the returns today. This is just today, and shout out to the VIP. Arturo is front and center. Arturo just started 100 rounds. That's kind of our training element program to get you involved. 300%. Way to go, Arturo. My man, what's up? What's up, Arturo? Way to go, brother. Anthony, 154%. There we go. Another one at 155%. Looks like he hit a long 154%. Switch sides. Indicator of a great trader. Indicative of a great trader. He switched sides into 155%. I believe Venus is up here. Look at Freddie, guys. Freddie at 170%. These are all VIP trades just today. And Anthony with another short at, look at this, guys, 195%. Way to go. Steve jumping into the mix at 100% trade. Steve, we'd love to see it, brother. We'd love to see it. And Anthony, my man, another short for 297%. Anthony, I'm excited to see those returns, brother. You're back into the game, brother. I love to see it. Love it when you trade. Venus at 262% on a long. Love to see it, Venus. And look at this. On a short, 300%. Playing both sides of the market. We just love it, guys. We love the VIP. It's our top level of membership, and some additional trades, some larger trades, guys, going off like fireworks, bam, bam, in the back with some good results. We're excited about 2022. We're excited about you're joining the top trade group in the space. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, and this is not financial advice, but this is the group, guys. Liam and Felix. I'll be setting you up on 100 rounds this week. And guys, that's just our training regimen we go through. Make sure you understand leverage. Make sure you can do it the right way. If those returns don't make sense to you, you don't understand how that's possible in the market. We want to show you how. That's our goal. That's what we're building in 2022. We're building VIP. This link here will get you into the ability to join the top level membership, the VIP level membership. Join that top level membership. Thereafter, I will tell you, please, thereafter, go ahead, hit the first pinned tweet, do I am VIP. And once you hit that first pinned tweet, and you can also join from YouTube from a desktop computer, bam, hit tweet there, put I am VIP first pinned tweet. That will get you in touch with me. I will put you personally in the back with the curated charts, etc. And guys, just looking at the moves today, we caught the ascending triangle. We caught the drop back to it. It's just another beautiful, beautiful VIP weekend. I hope that you appreciate the in-depth analysis that we did today. I know that VIP did. If you are, guys, I don't care who you are. If you're white collar, blue collar, old collar, new collar, if you want to beat the market, then you belong in VIP. That's the mindset that's required. In terms of these long-range trend lines, I'll probably discuss those in another video. Okay, we'll probably discuss those in another video. I just want to make sure that I covered this again because I did fall off of this topic. And yes, we do have this limitation in terms of the ability to become overbought. We want buyers to engage. This trend line dynamic for trend lines on the RSI is seen throughout, not just crypto, guys, not just Bitcoin, but it's seen throughout the markets. It's throughout the markets. It's a dynamic, a technically analytic or a technical expression of the markets. So when we say that since, let's say the last 7 years, we've seen consistent trend lines, 7, 8 years, etc., we're going to be looking at an expression that's a limitation on the buyers. Now, with that limitation, I'll say that we went from 65,000 to 69,000, right? But it could have been higher. You guys understand? It could have been 100,000. Could have been, right? So as we would look at, well, since the expression of the 69,000, like something has been holding us back, this trend line on that daily RSI. I'm going to want you to pay attention to that trend line in your trading on your other time frames as well. In addition to that 50, that magic 50 mark and the 70-30 on your RSI. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I hope you're all having a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.